I want to put out this axiom that cats actually hold a secret to human healing. And a lot of people probably don't know this, but actually the purring of the cat is a healing mechanism that's in the cat itself. Now, it's not just domestic cats. Like, here's Boots the Confederate cat over here. I'm petting him. Somebody said I wasn't ever petting him, but I pet him all the time. Maybe not on video. But there's actually an actual medical use why cats have this purring. As a matter of fact, it's been known for a long time by veterinarians that a cat will heal up miraculously even when they break a lot of different bones or have various problems, whereas a dog or a horse cannot do such a thing. Like, cats have fallen off roofs that were over 10 stories high and have survived with numerous broken bones. And that is the healing mechanism. Actually, all cats, all species of cats have this. They have run frequencies from about 20 hertz all the way up to 200 hertz. A lot of these frequencies have various benefits. 20 hertz is actually a very beneficial frequency. 47 hertz, like if you look at the consolidated and annotated frequency list, that's revitalization, energy and revitalization. So cats will purr when they're content, but also when they're hurt. Cats will purr when they're giving birth. It's actually a pain remedy for them. And here's Boots the Confederate cat out in the wild. And this was a little, I used to think it was Charlene, but that was Claiborne coming by. I don't hope he's okay. But cats actually, it doesn't even matter if it's a domestic cat, a cheetah, a bobcat, or a wild cat. They all have that range. Like, a cheetah might have a range of about 4 hertz different, or 2 to 4 hertz different from a domestic cat. Domestic cat has a range from 200 all the way up to 200 hertz down to 20 hertz in the purring range. Here's little Goldie. But there's a lot of benefits to this. I know, like, John Bedini one time talked about the lower frequencies don't really address disease, and that the real right frequencies were the high sine wave frequencies. And I know he's correct in saying that, but that the high frequencies that are way out of the cat's range with a sine wave are really the ones that Rife used. That's true, but there actually is different frequencies that can work for the same type of problems that the body can have. And this is one of the reasons I think cats were worshipped by the Egyptians way back in the ancient times. They were considered gifts from the gods. I can tell you one thing: cats are a lot smarter than people give them credit for. I know I like dogs too. I like whatever other animals and horses, whatever. I don't have any horses, but horses are fine by me. But cats are actually, you're going to get pissed off if you're a dog lover, and I like dogs too, but cats are actually smarter than dogs and actually have a wider vocabulary than dogs, just that people misread them. They misread them. They misread their, actions and what they do when they're communicating with humans. They misread them. You got to understand what their language is, and that actually could be something separate. But I want to point out, though, that the frequencies that are in cats, and here's Rocky in the background and Goldie, they're looking right at the camera. They're sitting on the Pegasus mink blanket here. Cats using these frequencies have multiple uses to heal themselves and regenerate. It's not just when they're content, but also, say they're tired from a long day. This restive frequency is very, very beneficial to the body. They know what the hell they're doing, man. They are very, very, very smart. And this is where, sometimes people say that the frequency technology is a bunch of hogwash. They don't believe in it. Doctors will often say that. Well, it's true. It really is true. And the proof is that these ancient animals, cats, it doesn't matter if it's domestic cat, cheetah, bobcats, or pumas, whatever, panthers, it doesn't matter. All the cats out there, lions, they do this purr for a reason. They do it for a reason. It's actually regeneration. It's a regeneration and healer. We can learn a lot. And here's Putin with Jesus. That's it's Putin with me. I was doing videos with him all the time. That guy is a real dog cat. I can tell you that right now. This guy's like on me like glue all the time. But they seem to have this the range even the low frequencies from 20 to 200, which is where you find a lot of the zappers sometimes work, and they go much higher than that to go up to 30,000 range. You think they don't do something? I know there's people out there that say they won't work, but they do work. And really, the living proof is these cats. Any veterinarian will tell you a cat will heal up way faster than a dog. As a matter of fact, if you want to have, one of the expressions was, if you have a bag of broken bones and you want the bag of broken bones to heal up, just stick a cat in there. Just the frequency of the cat purring will heal up all those broken bones in a cat in a bag. That's like an old expression from the veterinarians. And actually, the cats actually help you to live longer. There's been a lot less heart attack incidences and actual medical problems if people own cats because they rub off on you, man. They know. Actually, these guys, they've put these cats in with people that were in old age homes and things like that, and where people were getting ready to die and stuff. The cats knew. And actually the cat would go to the person who was getting ready to die and comfort them. They knew. They actually had a sense. They know what's going on. They're very, 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 very intelligent. They can't read. They can't write. They can't build things with their little paws, except maybe digging a litter box or something. But they sure have a very good sense about them. And I think, they have their own built-in type of Rife machine. Maybe it's not reaching the frequencies that Royal Rife use, but it does use a lot of the frequencies that the zappers use, like Parazapper, and for instance, like that. 20 hertz being a very beneficial, even 100 hertz, 47 hertz, 30 hertz. 30 hertz is what you call the marijuana frequency. Meg Patterson experimented with that many times back some decades ago. That's the marijuana frequency, 30 hertz. That's within the cat's range. So if you see a cat out there really being super content, they might be purring that marijuana frequency, 30 hertz. You ever think of that? And here's Goldie on the left, Rocky in the middle, and Putin on the right on my little Confederate flag blanket with the cheetah pillows. And, these guys, I got basically 3 inside and a couple outside or whatever. I don't know what the hell. These guys roaming around outside. They come around once in a while. Here's Rocky when I first adopted him. On a cheetah. They got to have everything cat print over here, So, but, they know enough. These things do work because they've been proven many, 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 many times over. I mean, you don't need to pay some scientists millions and millions and tens of millions of dollars to prove that fractures are speeded up more quick. Healing of fractures is speeded up more quickly with a certain frequency, like bone fractures. And a lot of times, 40 hertz, 40 hertz, 40 or 50 hertz works for like bone fractures in arthritis. 50 hertz is arthritis. 100 hertz is also fibromyalgia in arthritis. So people have fibromyalgia. Energy and vitality and regeneration, 47 hertz. Right, Rocky? You know this stuff. He knows all this stuff. He's a smart little guy. People think that's why, it's like, I don't really trust the human doctors, okay? I don't trust even the alternative people that tell you all this scientific garbage. What I do trust is what the cats do. And the cats have been doing this for thousands of years. And it's been well observed that they're healing miracles in their own bodies as it is. They know. I mean, of course, they produce their own vitamin C. What they don't produce is their own vitamin D, as humans do. So in their diet, you got to make sure they got some cod liver oil mixed in there, some vitamin D and stuff, because they need that stuff. with some K2. But they get all that, right, Rocky? But a lot of people, they're always wondering, what's the secret to life? What's the secret to good health? The cats have told you. They have told us. It's not that complicated. I mean, sure, it's nutrition, but these frequencies, even like, it's not like you don't want to have something that's an extremely hard, powerful electroshock frequency. It's a low current. You want to have something that's probably imperceptible or you barely feel. But even and I don't think these cats are really producing electric pulses when they're doing this. Maybe they are somewhat. I don't know. But it's a vibrational frequency. Just the vibration is doing that. Now, I know women would be very interested in this technology because, you know, as, the other side of the species where they're very, very much interested in staying young forever. And actually, I have been experimenting with using 4 hertz and a blood electrifier that produces transfection to super absorb vitamin C into the body and other nutrients, and get to give it a liposomal effect, which I think could be extremely anti-aging. Now, if you get into more, that's fairly simple, but if you get into more complex, science with these frequencies, they get into ranges that are way, 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 way above what the cats do. And actually, when you're talking about the Lakowski multi-wave oscillator, which I think most of those sold on the market they're not even close to the real McCoy. Probably the cheap one I got from the engineering firm up in New Hampshire, Amazing One, is probably closer to some of the ones that cost $10,000 to what the real one does. But, that's another topic. That's something actually a cat could benefit by. I'm going to probably go over that again, but in the interest of healing and reverse aging and regeneration and true reverse aging, not just giving some growth hormone or some garbage like that. Here's Goldie. Here's Goldie. He was actually under the table, and I kind of pumped up the light on his capture. This is when he was a little kitten. That's one reason I called him Goldie. He had a real gold color. Now he has like a deep honey hue. He does a deep honey hue. But these guys actually are very, 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 very intelligent. And, the more time you actually spend with cats, the more you realize their intelligence. A lot of people don't realize just how smart they are. But as far as the regeneration effects of the purring in their body that they emit on a daily basis, and sometimes it's imperceptible. Like Putin, the cat here I'm showing right here, his purr is very low. You'd actually have to touch his body to feel it. Rocky, you can hear him a mile away. But that's but they all do it. They all have that purr. They all have that purr. And they do it not just because they're content or to feel good, but it regenerates them. It regenerates them all the time. Actually, I got a theory that some of these cats today, the lifespan of an outdoor cat in the wild is probably 2 or 3 years. It wasn't that many years ago. The average cat, you would be lucky if a cat ever got to be 10 years old. They usually live 6, 7, 8 years old. And now, with the better foods, you're living like 20 or more. Actually, I think cats, in the world record on a cat is 38 years. The same guy that did that record on a cat, he had another cat that lived to be 30-something years old. I'm thinking cats could probably live easily in their 50s. And humans could easily live in their 200s. Easy, easy. With the right, not just the frequencies, but maybe the frequencies combined with nutrition. And sometimes, and I'm also, like I said, I'm experimenting with something with a frequency of 4 hertz to give the transfection effect to cause nutrients to be super absorbed into the body's blood cells, which would go around throughout the whole body, besides using the frequencies. So, anyway, we can learn a lot from these little guys, and a lot of times people are ignoring the most obvious truthers out there. Because, A cat doesn't have anything to sell, do they? No. A cat does what it does for itself because it benefits them. This purring has been, it took us a long time for us humans to discover, and it's a lot of people will still deny this. They'll say it seems to help with healing. Like a lot of people observe that when a cat is hurt, they'll also purr. They purr when they're content. They purr when they're hurt. They purr when they're in pain. They purr when they're giving birth. But that's all related because they're purring, but maybe when they're content, maybe they're emitting the weed frequency, the marijuana frequency, 30 hertz. Maybe they're doing that. When they're hurt, obviously all veterinarians know that they regenerate bones and heal much, much, much faster than any other animal out there. A horse, if a horse breaks a leg, more than likely you'll have to put it down unless you do some kind of special cast and you put it in a pool of water or something. A dog is very difficult to heal a broken bone. A cat? No, not at all. They can have lots of broken bones. Not that you want that to happen, but it's happened where they fell off. I mean, there's been cases where cats have fallen off a 55.5 stories up to even survival of 45-story building. That you would think is nuts. I don't know if the thing had a parachute or what, but survived. It survived. So these guys, they know what the hell they're doing, man. But, in medical science, the doctors will almost all deny this. They think it's hogwash. Some of them don't. But generally speaking, they deny this. And, somebody's selling TENS pads or TENS devices and stuff. Yeah, maybe you'll suspect them. But what they're mimicking and copying is exactly what the cats are doing. And that's one reason I'm really hot on, using these zappers and things like that, because I think they're very, 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 very beneficial, right? And of course, that's what keeps Boots the Confederate Cat alive out there. He's my little buddy. Here he is. See him? Anyway, over and out. So just some pearls of wisdom out there, because you can get lost in the scientific mumbo jumbo and all the graphs and this chart does that. Just look at what cats are doing. All species of cats within a very, narrow range, plus or minus 4 hertz, have a range of 20 hertz to 200 hertz purring range. And if you look on a consolidated frequency list, they'll tell you what those different things do. There's a lot that they do. It's regeneration and healing, arthritis, fibromyalgia, pain relief, movement of the lymph system, detox, heals various ailments, loads of ailments. Even helps to knock out some of the parasites. These cats know what the hell they're doing. And, we can learn a hell of a lot from them. That's all I got to say.